Hey guys, it's Jen McCowan. How are ya? I thought that I would come on here tonight to talk a little bit about grief and grieving and how I got over all of the losses that I had had in my life there. And so there's a couple neat little stories I actually wanted to tell you, because I always tell my kids that no matter how hard life gets, there's always a silver lining. You just kind of gotta wait and find the rainbow at the end of the rain. Hi guys. So my dad's car accident was pretty tragic. It made the news. It was pretty ugly. You know, he went out to pass and hit an oncoming vehicle, spun out and hit a gravel truck, and then landed in a ditch full of water. And it was the 8th of November, and here in Saskatchewan, it's pretty chilly in here, and, you know, it's pretty frigid. And it turns out that they needed to use the jaws of life, and it took them about 3 hours to get him out of the vehicle. And by the time that he got to the hospital, his injuries were massive and severe, but by the time he got him to the hospital, he passed away. And when you lose somebody tragically, hey Janine, or Jeannie, when you lose someone tragic like that, it's like having the rug swept out from underneath you. You don't know what hit you. I had a 5-week-old baby, so I was on sleepless nights and raging hormones. And I didn't know what to do, didn't know how to deal with it. So I did a few different things. And my dad was a really strong guy, and he built a strong girl. So I just needed to dig deep. And don't get me wrong, I mean, that's a pain that you just can't imagine. I mean, that until you've been through it. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. So I decided like most of you know, if you've been following me, I'm a researchaholic. So I researched life after death. I read every book I could, anything from Heaven is for Real, written by that amazing little boy, to there's 2 books that I read that 2 different doctors wrote. I have a stack of books that's as tall as I am on after-death experiences, because I needed, for whatever reason, I needed to know what he went through, because I couldn't say goodbye, so I needed to know that his transition was peaceful. I needed to know what he saw. You know, I mean, I researched his autopsy report, you guys. Like, I needed to know everything, okay? Just because I needed to know they took every measure they could. I needed to know every medicine they gave him. That's just how I needed to heal. And then I found this lovely lady named Teresa Caputo. She's like an amazing woman. And see, sometimes the angels work in your favor sometimes, right? And I happened to get some tickets to her very first live show in the round in Westbury, New York. And I went to see her with my mom, and I tested my spirit guides, and I tested my dad, and we had this sacred Bible in our house, in our family, and it was my grandma Polly's Bible, his mom's Bible, and I got it after my dad passed away, and it's 80 years old, and so it was basically completely falling apart. So I took it to this little place called Universal Bindery, and I never told a soul. I didn't even tell my mom until we were on the plane, because I just didn't want to jinx anything, and I really wanted to test to see if Teresa was right, you know? Because part of you still kind of goes, I don't know, you know? My daughter happened to see a picture of my dad right before we left, and she's like, oh, Mom, look, there's Papa. Went to see Teresa, and wouldn't you know it, she picked us up right away. We ended up with second row tickets. My dad was all over us. She knew about the Bible. She knew we got it fixed. She knew my daughter saw his picture. You know, so there's 9 different things, literally, that you guys, that she picked up. So Teresa has a few books out there. So if you have the need to understand the spirit world side of things, you got to get her books. She's unbelievable. And so that kind of gave me some hope. You know, and then I read all these other books of these other people who had passed away. And Anita Moore Johnny, I had the pleasure of meeting her last May at the Women's International Summit. She actually died, you guys, and she came back. Her story's remarkable. Dying to Be Me. You need to read her book. It's phenomenal. But the best thing I found out, and this is what I'm saying, like if you're going through a really, really hard time, and I know how hard it is, and I know when you're swimming in it, that it rips your soul out. I get that. But when you get through the forest and you can turn around and say, okay, oh my goodness, there's that path. You know what happened about the best part about my dad's death? Here's the thing in life, my dad would have given the shirt off of anybody, given the shirt off his back to anyone he knew. He was just that kind of guy. And so after all those horrible things that happened in his accident, the town that because he was 8 miles out of a town, the rescue people got extra safety training. And the town also got a piece of safety equipment, water rescue safety equipment. So the way I see it is kind of like my dad sacrificed himself so that a whole lot of other dads could live. And I mean, as much as I miss him, because today's his birthday, he made a big sacrifice, I think. And I mean, it's not so much about, it's hard when we live here on earth. It's not about us, really. I mean, we have to get through our pain. It's about them and letting them go peacefully and all the gifts that they left when they were here and focusing on the amazing things that they did while they were here. So I just always wanted to share that story. And I know for those of you who are going through some stuff that's just so mind-boggling you can't believe it's your life, I understand that. And I promise you'll get through it. And you're going to be so tough when you're done. It's going to make you strong. And then you can take that and use it to help somebody else and hold somebody else's hand when they're going through something tough. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. But yeah, so, I love to say this, and I don't know how to put it, but do something for something nice. I mean, the world's a piece of crap right now. Open a door, buy somebody a coffee, do something nice, spread the love. But hope you're all having a nice, warm, toasty Wednesday night. Happy February 21st, and hope you're doing good. Bye for now.